Hello! I live! There you go. Almost made the same fucking mistake by making my voice a bit too rough there on the greeting. This is actually a second attempt because of me starting the recording, I mean. Because I tried to start a recording. Did the I live thing with a too rough a voice. Started coughing my lung out. And then realized, wait, I still haven't made backups from, like, the last time I recorded because I'm a dumbass. So I just restarted. Also, I didn't have a fucking glass ready, so... But yeah, I live. I hate life itself. Why is it every time I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take one of my paid vacations. Gonna take a week off. Boom! Sick. I crave death. This happens too fucking often. But hey, here I am again. Mostly intact again. Sure still cough a lot. But hey, I can talk for the most part. Anyways, let's just keep going. I don't remember where we were. But alas, what is there to do than to do things? Kotone! Also, some people may not have seen it, but I made a community post. I have decided I'll give fucking Futamata Renai a chance. Because I've seen someone post like a lot of screenshots of him playing the game over on in the Discord. Not mine, fucking Scott's Discord. Many recipes and all that. And based on what I've seen, the game itself seems to essentially mock the main character for what he's doing. Like, at no point is like, oh yeah, the character's like, oh, it's like you're in a difficult situation. It's not like you could do anything. No, the main character is constantly mocked, and he himself is more so like completely unable of fucking handling the situation. The man is fumbling hard and desperately trying to essentially stay over water. And not only that, it is highly implied that because like the first relationship, like the initial one, is literally because like he went to a college party, got drunk, woke up next to a girl. Well, now she's forcing him to date her because responsibility and all that, even though they didn't actually smash based on what I remember from the screenshots. And the other girl is very highly implied to have some kind of agenda that she needs to date him for that isn't she likes him. It's like something else. So maybe, who knows, maybe I can abide by this. However, I reserve the right to, at any point when the game starts to piss me off too much, to just drop the game. And it is not outside of possibility that I will not do every route, even if I do not drop it. Considering the setup. Like, I'll do like the two main girls, like the two that are actually involved in the two timing, last anyways. And it is entirely possible that because I do one of them, I don't want to do the other anymore. So yeah. Hold these facts in your mind for when I start playing that. But hey, first we gotta finish ToHeart anyways. Now it's Kotone. Talk to her.
Yo, Kotone-chan.
Fujita-san.
Kotone looks at me and bows.
一緒に帰ろうぜ。
はい。
今日はどっか寄り道していかないか。
I suggest after walking for a
ど
bit.
ちらへですか？
商店街の方はどうだ？
There's pretty much anything you could want there, and plenty of places to hang out. Should be fun. But Kotone shakes her
部
head.
屋か？
人混みは苦手なんです。
Kotone says, what do I do? Gotta think of somewhere quiet around here.
公園はどう？のんびりできると思うぜ。
The only place I can think of is the local park.
はい。公園なら。
Yeah, good thing she agrees to that suggestion. We head off to the park.
で、最後にそのまさしってやつが叫んだんだよ。怖いよ、ひろゆきって。もう、そこにいた全員が大爆笑だ。あれは俺も恥ずかしかった。
Continued to talk to Kotone, who remained silent in the empty park. I thought I was telling her a hilarious anecdote, but she doesn't even crack a smile. Get up and sigh.
お姉ちゃん、もしかして俺といると退屈？
Ask the unspeakable.
どうしてですか？
だって琴音ちゃん、さっきから一度も笑ってくれないし。
And she suddenly realizes.
ごめんなさい。せっかく藤田さんが楽しいお話をしてくださってるのに。
いや、まあ確かにくだんねえうちわネタばかりだったかな。
いえ、そんなつもりじゃ。
よし、じゃあとっておきのギャグスペシャルでも披露するか。
I clear my throat.
よく聞いてな、絶対に笑うから。
I grin confidently. Close my eyes and lower the tone of my voice. It is a horror story. I do my best to speak with a scary
シ
eye.
リーズ第1話、悪の十字架、魔物たちが救う呪われた町での話だ。
I just suddenly have this premonition like, oh, she's gonna be like, oh, poor monster or something like, man, it's probably just misunderstood. Oh no.
午後9時を過ぎた頃、怪しげな男たちがある一軒の屋敷の周囲を取り囲んだ。だが、屋敷の門は固く閉ざされ、ただ一枚の針がお知らせ。当店は連日午後10時よりの営業となっております。男たちは叫んだ。悪の十字架。
I stopped trying to suppress my laughter to the very end. It's one of those old gags that I'll probably come full circle and be a hit again tomorrow. I'm sure Kotone is rolling around and
あ
laugh.
れ、今のネタわかんなかった？
These bits are all about the silly puns. If we don't get the pun, then it just ends up being a short tale with no
い
twist.
え、わかります。そのお店は開店が10時だったという話ですね。
Falls, the joke soars right over her head.
違ってるんですか？
これは悪の十字架と悪の十字架をかけたダジャレなんですけど。
Kotone finally realizes.
そういうことですか。
She nods in
笑
awe.
うか冷めるかしてくれないと後が続かないんだけどな。
ごめんなさい。次はないんですか？
しょうがねえな。ま、ネタのストックはまだまだあるけどさ。
Close my eyes once again to focus on storytelling.
春の怪談恐怖シリーズ第2話、悪の教会。
あ、それわかります。開くのが今日なんですね。
She's treating it like some kind of quiz that buzzes in before I finish telling the story.
ごめんなさい。笑うんでしたっけ？
She could at least pretend to laugh, but looks down remorsefully instead. Guess I'll have to switch gears.
ピンポンピンポン、正解です。
Hail out
よ
loud.
し、まだまだ行くぜ。ネタ当てクイズ第3問。ってなんじゃそのネーミングは。
Full of energy and retorting to my own bad jokes. At this point, the original goal of making Kotone laugh had started to fade, and I found myself leaning more towards just trying to do something about the awkward atmosphere.
恐怖シリーズ第3話、青い血。
Yeah, because I'm already in too deep.
その男はグルメだった。男は目の前にある血の滴る肉にかぶりつき、そして一言。さあ、何でしょう。
わかりません。
残念。肉を食った男は一言こう言った。あー、おいち。
なるほど。
Oh, that was bad. What's with this vibe? There's no turning back.
第4問。
はい。
タイトルは不思議のペロちゃん。ある時、ペロちゃんがお風呂に入ってると。
Oh, she laughs. Pretty sure I heard actual laughter burst from her lips. Wait, now it's even clearer. That is laughing so hard her shoulders are shaking.
当てクイズ。面白かった？
はい。でも、それよりも藤田さんがなんだかおかしくて。
え、俺が
？Well, I guess that's okay. I get to see Kotone smile, so all's well that ends well. The atmosphere between Kotone and me then mellows as the conversation flows. As we chat about anything and everything, Kotone gradually starts to smile more. Under the warmth of the sun, I vow to do what I can to free her from the supernatural abilities that have taken her beautiful smile away from her. Alright, it'll be lunchtime once this class is over. The Kotone will be out in the courtyard practicing psychic powers. Maybe I'll pay her a visit after I've had lunch. Go.
藤田さん、こっちです。
あ、
It's lunchtime and Kotone directs me to go to the courtyard when I go to her classroom to see her. She says that she had gained control of her powers. Kotone wants me to see her skills straight away, so I follow
ここ
her.
でやってみます。
Kotone leads me to a bench. She places a closed sketchbook, her own maybe, on it, and then puts a ping pong ball on top of
そ
it.
れをどうすんだ？
今から使います。
Kotone closes her eyes. Silence. Something happens, but I don't know what. There's a strange feeling as if sound had disappeared from my surroundings. There's both a ringing and a serenity in my ears. I hold my breath. Next moment, the ping pong ball begins to slowly roll, and it stops at the edge of the sketchbook.
終わりました。
I realized when Kotone is signaling the end of her demonstration that all that had just occurred is her doing.
今のが超能力。
It's just a ping pong ball rolling on an exactly big
な
display.
ぜか何かのせいだと思いますか？
うん。
I give a vague
もう
nod.
一度行きます。
Kotone closes her eyes for a second. The usual ring of the ears begins. See it this time. Ping pong ball returns to the middle of the sketchbook and then rolls around in a little circle. I guess the wind wouldn't be able to make it move in such an unnatural way. The ball rolls around in circles and eventually stops. Kotone doesn't say a word, so I look over to her and notice that she has turned bright red and is about to collapse.
琴音ちゃん。
I catch her just in
す
time.
みません。少し頑張りすぎました。
Moving a light round ball in a specific direction seems to be the limit of Kotone's power that she has control over. Making it then spin around in circles is far too advanced for her, who's only just getting started. She pushed herself beyond her limits to convince me and ended up getting lightheaded because of it. It must be so hard for her to use her powers intentionally. All she did was make some extremely light move, yet she broke out into a sweat and all the blood rushed to her face. It was to the point that she got lightheaded and almost collapsed. She pushed herself that hard to show me her progress.
すげえじゃねえか。確かに俺見たぜ。あれは琴音ちゃんが自分で動かしたんだろ。
でもそのせいで藤田さんに迷惑を。
何言ってんだよ、琴音ちゃん。それよりベンチで横になった方がいいだろ。
Kotone pipes up, still leaning on
大
me.
丈夫です。このままで。
そうか。
Right after we finish our conversation,
Eh?
I turn in a panic to see where the scream is coming from. Why does it always have to be you?
しほ、これはだな。
ヒロ、あんたとうとう下級生にまで手を出したのね。
おい、人聞きの悪いこと言うな。
I used the remainder of my lunch break, which still has a while to go, convincing Shio that I was only holding on to Kotone because she got lightheaded. Still, Kotone took a small step forward. Kotone said herself that she had practiced to be able to wield her powers more efficiently. There's something to look forward to. It was a satisfying lunch break all around for me. Oh, we're going home. Okay, even though Aoi is here, we're going home, so... Maybe the confusing shit is finally over. I just realized that, like, my shirt is grey, yet for some reason in the camera it mildly looks like the fucking typical Shaggy shirt. Like, from, like, specifically the actual, like, live action movies stuff. You dare challenge me? Maybe I also just going insane. Might also be my glasses, who knows. That reminds me, I still need to look for my fucking sunglasses. I took them off and didn't immediately put them back into like the etui that it came with. And haven't found it again since. It is lunchtime. Stand up. Gotta rush to buy a sandwich.
Hiroyuki.
That's how she walks over to me.
行くか。
ごめん、ひろゆき。昼休みに部のミーティングがあるんだ。今日はそこで食べるから。
ああ、そう。しょうがねえな。じゃ、今日は一人で学食でも食うか。
ごめん、ひろゆき。
Also, she looks guilty as he leaves the classroom. Now then, guess I'll head over to the cafeteria. Stuff my hands into my pockets and plot out the classroom. Inside the cafeteria at lunchtime. It's packed with students. Bought myself a lunch ticket to put the food I exchanged it for onto my tray and set off to find an empty seat. Where should I sit? Oh, empty seat's located. I'll go there. And then I noticed something. Out of sheer coincidence, Aoi and Kotone just happened to be seated near the spot I find. They don't appear to be eating together, but they are seated facing one another. Okay, I'll sit next to one of them. Where should I sit? Well, next to Kotone, of course. I'll sit next to Kotone. Sit myself down next to Kotone.
琴音ちゃん。
She flinches and cautiously looks in my direction. Then she realizes it is me.
こんにちは。
She smiles a little and bows. After Kotone finishes greeting
それ
me,
から葵ちゃんもな。
I greet Aoi too. Aoi seems a little unsure.
藤田先輩。
She says,
琴音ちゃんと葵ちゃんって知り合い？
they look at each other. Judging by the reactions, they are completely strangers.
そんじゃせっかくだし紹介しとくか。彼女は1の C の松原葵ちゃん。
Start by introducing Aoi to Kotone.
よろしく。
Kotone quietly bows her
こっ
head.
ちは1の B の姫川琴音ちゃん。
はじめまして。
Aoi smiles, but Kotone looks down, not knowing what to do. Looks like she really doesn't want to interact with others. But it's okay. I just know she'll eventually be able to get along with others and not have to worry about her practice yield once her practice yields results. Rack my brains for a conversation starter and take notice of her lunches. Only has the same as me in a lunch meal. Kotone has a bowl of
琴
udon.
音ちゃん、それだけ？
はい、
なんか味気ない昼飯だな。
そうでしょうか。
うどんつったってここのはただのきつねうどんだろ。油揚げ1枚だけってのはな。
でも 私はこのくらいでちょうどですから。
まあそうかもな。昼間っからこってりしたもの食ってもあれだしな。
ええ。
でもうどん一杯ってのは安く上がるよな。そこがメリットっていやメリットか。
そうですね。
Kotone seems
あ
unsure.
あ悪い。つい俺の感覚で言っちまった。俺の場合食費も小遣いのうちだから。
そうなんですか。
だからいかにして毎日切り詰めていくかという研究は日夜欠かせないんだよ。
After a while,
お先に失礼します。
Oi stands up. Looking over, I noticed that she has finished her lunch. She's pretty fast for a
ああ
girl.
いけね。俺も早く食わねえと。
Frantically pick up my
あ、いい
chopsticks.
ですよ。どうぞ。ごゆっくり。
Oi picks up her tray and leaves on her
何か
own.
用でもあんのかな。
I mutter.
松原さん、私と藤田さんに気を使ってくれたんですよ。
Kotone says.
そうか。
多分私だったらそうしますし。
そうかな。
So I guess that's the entire that scene is the entire reason why we have to go for Aoi as well as Kotone to go for Kotone. Was that it? The fuck? Anyways. Mm-hmm.
お帰りですか、藤田さん。
Look over at the direction of the voice piping up from nowhere and see Kotone standing there. Keep talking.
よう琴音ちゃん。
Greet her energetically.
藤田さん、今日も楽しそうですね。
A little smile spreads across her
そ
lips.
りゃなんたって放課後だからね。
でしたら藤田さん、今お暇ですか？
もちろん暇だぜ。
今日は藤田さんとお話ししながら帰りたいなって思って。
Cute.
お、それはデートのお誘いだな。いいぜ、どこでも付き合うぞ。
We have fun chatting and walking. Kotone asks me what I did after school, so I decide to tell her what Akari, Shiho, and the rest would often do together. So I talk about game arcades.
つう感じで俺たちが行くとついバトルになっちまうんだよ。
Tell her all about our arcade battles, thinking that it is something she is familiar with.
私、ゲームセンターって怖いところだと思ってました。
怖い？そうか？
はい。それに想像しいです。
なんかすげえ目で見てんだな、琴音ちゃんは。
やっぱり間違ってるんでしょうか？
それはな、多分大人が間違ってるんだ。ゲーセンは柄の悪い連中のたまり場って言うんだろ。俺たちが生まれる前はマジでそうだったらしいけどな。けど今は違うぜ。ゲーセンは小さな遊園地ってノリかな。
遊園地なんですか？
ああ、それを知らねえのか認めたくねえのか、大人はいつまでも昔の話をしてんだよ。
そうなんですか。
まあ琴音ちゃんの言うように多少はうるさいところだけどな。
はい。
やっぱ苦手か？そういう。
少し。
そっか。俺も琴音ちゃんみたいな子をゲーセンに連れて行くのは違うって思うしな。無理に行こうなんて言わねえよ。
ありがとうございます。でも藤田さんとならご一緒してもいいですよ。
Kotone smiles a
こ
little.
っちこそサンキュー。そん時は誘わせてもらうぜ。
はい。
Guess Kotone doesn't really like arcades. You can't really picture her getting into a game either. Almost didn't see her for a second. She was really hiding down there.
どっかで飯でも食うかな。
There's one around the shopping arcade thinking to myself, it's about Kotone.
おお、琴音ちゃん。
Chase after her.
藤田さん、こんにちは。
Kotone bows a little. I feel like I'm nothing to lose and invite her to eat with me. She doesn't hesitate to agree, so we head to a nearby restaurant. As we eat and chat away, Kotone says that she wants me to watch her practice again. I love how passionate about practice she is. I don't have anything better to do, so I agree to go with her. We leave the restaurant and go somewhere quiet, the park.
早速見せてくれよ。
はい。
She said while holding a ball. It's much heavier than a ping pong ball.
それを動かすのか。
はい。今動かしますから、見てください。
She's got very fancy socks for some reason. Kotone sounds happy. I feel like a father whose daughter is proudly showing me a test paper with perfect score.
そうか。でもこないだみたく無理すんなよ。
Say, blushing slightly. Kotone nods and gradually begins to focus. Hold my breath and watch her. The air around us eventually falls into a frozen silence. My ears begin to ring. It's about to unleash her powers. The ball very slowly but surely enough floats up. It holds weakly in the air and looks as if it could fall at any second. But the bit floats higher and higher until it stops at Kotone's eye level. I think it's taken about 10 seconds to rise this far. As I'm about to open my mouth to speak, the ball falls to the ground and Kotone exhales with force. After she completely finishes, I'm finally able to say what I've been wanting to
あ
say.
りがとうございます。
Kotone sounds a little
やっ
tired.
ぱしんどいのか。
はい。でも、昨日よりはずっと力が強くなってます。
そうか。とりあえず座ろうぜ。
I drag Kotone to the bench. She nods and I join her on the bench after picking the ball up from the ground.
大すげえってことねじゃん。テレビに出たら死ぬほど儲かりそうだって。
I say it with excitement. I'm sure nobody would have a bad word to say about her if she became a star. But a cloud of doubt hangs over Kotone and she looks down.
あ、やっぱそういうの嫌だ。
藤田さんのお気持ちはよくわかります。でも、私はこんな力なくなってしまえばいいと思ってますから。
ごめんな。俺なんか浮かれちまって。
Kotone gently shakes her head in
気に
response.
しないでください。私、テレビに出なくても、藤田さんのおっしゃったやり方なら、きっとうまくいくって信じてますから。
本当ごめんな。
She trusts me so much yet it goes, yes, I'm stupid like that. I'm such an idiot.
いいんですよ、藤田さん。今日は私、頑張りますから。
Kotone flashes me the biggest. Whoops.
お願いします。
Kotone flashes me the biggest smile she can to try and clear the oppressive vibe.
そうだよな。頑張ろうな。
We're not gonna get anywhere if I get all down on myself. You shouldn't be consoling me anyway.
はい。
The race training is unusually intense for both of us, and even though Kotone is the most exhausted, I end up feeling pretty drained as well. Still, we are moving in the right direction. We both need to keep this up so that Kotone can eventually stop the powers from getting out of hand. We don't care about the fucking radio show. Learn to speak fucking English. Maybe I'll listen then. Oh yeah, also, I was at a bookstore today. Because, I need grocery shopping and in the next town over. Like one of the next towns over, I guess I should say. Not the one, there was like two in like different directions. But yeah, in one of them, because I need grocery shopping there, and my mother was already going to visit the library there with my little sister to check for books that she might like, and we decided, you know what, why the fuck not? And they didn't find anything at the library, so we went to the bookstore next, and at the bookstore I asked, you know what, fuck it, do you have The Journey to the West? And they were like, well, we don't have it here, but we could order, and so I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna order the first book, why not? Anyways, I'm out of the house, but there's still nothing to do. Is anyone around? Around. There's nobody here. I was gonna assume I'll run into... Can't assume I'll run into people I know. Oh well. Maybe I'll just grab something to eat and head home. Well, there's some new movie out. Title is... I forget. Seeing a movie alone feels wrong, though. Decided to kill some time and burn some money at the arcade. I played the shooting game that I played against Shiho before. Something about the character reminds me of Kurosawa. She's just cute. That was such a non-event. Wow. I head over to Koto's classroom during break time. I'm curious about how our psychic training is going. I approach someone who looks like they were in class today. They tell me that Kotone has gone to the infirmary. She had apparently had an anemic episode and fainted. Run over to the infirmary. Right over. It's not anemia. She must have pushed herself too hard just like the other day. When I get to the infirmary, see that the nurse isn't around. Check the beds and find Kotone lying down. Gently say her name, she opens her eyes.
Fujita-san.
She sits up.
教室に行ったら倒れたって。俺、具合を見に来ただけだから、寝ててもいいぜ。
すみません。ご迷惑をおかけして。もう、ずいぶん良くなりました。
I was all relieved to see that she was doing better than I'd expected.
無理して使ったんだろ。
もっと大きな力を使わないと、溢れるのは止められないと思ったんです。
Kotone sounds down. She wants to stop the energy from overflowing. She needs to use energy more quickly than she absorbs it. Kotone figured she wouldn't use enough energy for moving a baseball, so she tried to make a volleyball float. After she collapsed.
せっかく調子いいんだから、焦らず行こうぜ。
私、藤田さんに喜んでもらおうと思って頑張ったんです。
琴音ちゃん。
ダメですね、私。いつかきっとこの力が抑えきれないほど大きくなって、藤田さんやみんなに取り返しのつかないことをしてしまうんです。
There is a world where, like, physical fitness might actually help her at this point. Kotone laughs at how pitiful she is.
そんなことねえって。少しずつやればいいだろ。俺は諦めてねえからな。それなのに、琴音ちゃんから諦めてたら、今までと同じだろ。
Kotone nods slightly.
決めつけるのは早いって。俺は応援しかできねえけど、頼むから悲しいことは言うなよ。
ごめんなさい。藤田さんのおかげで始められたことなのに、一人で勝手に諦めたりして。
俺は単なるきっかけだから、そんなに気にすんなって。けどな、自分には負けんなよ。
はい。
It's pretty gloomy right now. Trying to encourage her, but it looks like I've made her feel more depressed. Oh, hi, baby girl. Sorry, we're ignoring you for now. For now, I like we're going back to her, like. Sadly, not a thing. I still like Tomoko the most.
藤田さん、
Currently. Anyways, suddenly heard my name from behind and turn around. It is
こんに
Kotone.
ちは。
She bows at me.
お帰りですか？
まあな。けど、帰るって言ってもまっすぐ帰るつもりはねえけどな。
そうですか。では、どちらへ？
駅前あたりをブラッとな。
Wanna join me?
琴音ちゃんも一緒にどうだ？
はい、お供します。
旅は道連れってノリだな。
そうでしょうか。
いいっていいって。別に悪いって言ってるわけじゃねえから。
Kotone and I head over to the station.
つうのもなんだと思ってな。
そうですね。
As we chat and wander around, a McDonald's sign across the road catches my eye. McDonald's, eh? Kotone seems to notice what I'm staring at too and looks at me.
ああ、なんか腹減ってきた。琴音ちゃん、寄ってく？
はい。
腹減ったっつうか、なんか口に入れたくなってな。琴音ちゃんは食わねえか？
いえ、構いませんよ。藤田さんだけ召し上がってください。
そっか。結構いけるんだぜ、ヤックのメニューって。
Just get like a burger or a portion of nuggets and then also like some fries and just share the fries.
私、ほとんど食べたことないんです。
そうか？だったらなんか食ってみるのもいいぞ。量はいらないだろうから、エスポテトとか。
でも、
お、ポテトは嫌いか。じゃあ、パイ。エビチリパイとかグラタンパイとかあるぞ。
Pretty much described the whole menu to her. What am I, a McDonald's employee?
あと、ジャガバターパイと、
Kotone's expression slightly changes.
ジャガバターパイ好きか？
それ、美味しそう。
じゃあ、それ言ってみるか。ついてねえよな。俺はともかく、琴音ちゃんは久々なのに満員なんて。
いいえ、こうやって外で食べるのも新鮮です。
そうか。そう言ってもらうと助かるよ。
Kind of excited about going to McDonald's, but we have to leave because all the seats are taken. End up returning to the plaza in front of the station.
これ、美味しい。
Kotone says we'll take it a bite.
ジャガバターが好きってのは北海道生まれだからなのか？
そうですね。小さい頃はよく食べてましたから。
なんせ名前出しただけで顔に出てたし。
私、変な顔しましたか？
It was cute!
可愛かったぜ。琴音ちゃんも好きな食べ物には目がねえんだなって。
Kotone looks down in embarrassment.
別に恥ずかしがることないぜ。その方が断然普通っぽくていいじゃねえか。
でも、恥ずかしい。
いいねいいね。花も恥じらう乙女ってやつか？
意地悪しないでください。
I'm having a lot of fun on what feels like a little date with Kotone. But all the girls are Indian now, huh? And what should I do during my lunch break? Maybe we'll go and see Kotone. Go. Go to the courtyard and glance at all the benches. Find Kotone straight away. She's sitting on a bench, as usual, staring at a few baseballs.
よ、琴音ちゃん。
藤田さん、こんにちは。
She stands up and bows.
進み具合はどうだ？
はい、いいと思いますよ。
She smiles.
そうかそうか。
By the way, I don't know if y'all's heard the news yet, but Aqua Plus was on sale and they were bought by some finally. And he is hoping that the new owners let them do whatever the fuck they want. Does seem like a good chance, like Aqua Plus like ToHeart developer Aqua Plus to be acquired by fucking Yukes, which is the developer behind WWF, SmackDown, and EDF. So yeah, he was hoping that this is a boon for Aqua Plus, where they have access to lots of money without being restricted. That sure would be nice.
前に藤田さんに見てもらった時から2つも増えたんです。
Kotone is always overjoyed to tell me about her training progress whenever I come to watch. I've been enjoying seeing her like that lately too.
すっげえ進歩ちゃんか。
Kotone can make 3 balls float in the air. Adding 2 to that brings the total to 5.
あんなに嫌いだった力だったのに、今では上手くなるとすごく嬉しいんです。早く藤田さんに見てもらいたいなって思うんです。
That was weird.
オーケーオーケー。いつだって見てやるよ。
ありがとうございます。
Kotone smiles and
じゃあ
nods.
早速成果を見せてもらおうか。
Kotone freely moves 5 balls right before my eyes. There's a stark improvement compared to back when she could barely make a ping pong ball roll. Can't be happy for
よ
her.
し。今日はこれで休憩。
どうしてですか？
Kotone looks puzzled.
疲れてるだろ。俺にはそう見えるぜ。
Kotone looks down. I was right.
琴音ちゃん、俺の前じゃいつも無理して限界ギリギリまでエネルギー使うからな。これ以上やって倒れられたら大変だ。
Completely understand the desire to try harder in front of others, but overexertion is a big no-no in my book.
すいません。私、つい頑張りすぎてしまって。
Kotone looks down in embarrassment, having realized what I was alluding to.
って。今日は残りの時間、なんか話でもしようぜ。
はい。
I'm the one who suggested that we talk, but I missed my opportunity to start a conversation. Gotta do something about this awkward silence. It is at that moment that 2 birds fly down in front of a branch in the huge tree in front of us. They resemble sparrows, but are black and a lot
こ
bigger.
れはムクドリって言うんですよ。
What it says is to stare at them in deep thought.
おお。琴音ちゃんって動物に詳しいよな。
はい。一人の時はしょっちゅう図鑑を眺めてましたから。
そっか。じゃあどうして琴音ちゃんがそこまで研究熱心なのか教えて。
どうしてそうなのか、私にもよくわからないんですよ。
おいおい。
でも私が勝手に思い込んでいるきっかけでしたら、
それってどんなきっかけなんだ？
あれは私が小学校2、3年の頃、私がパパとママと一緒に旅行へ行った時のことです。私たちは 静かな港町の旅館に宿を取りました。どこかへ遊びに行こうということになって、私は湾を挟んだ向こう側、大きな島の水族館に連れて行ってもらったんです。私、嬉しくて、パパとママを置いてけぼりにして、一人で館内を巡りました。やがて館内の施設を残らず見終えた私は、建物の外へ出たんです。そこには大きなプールがありました。曇り空で風も強く、少し肌寒かったので、私はプールの中を覗こうと思ったんですが、プールを囲んでいる壁が少し高くて、どうにかして中を見ようと、私は飛び上がってみたり、いろいろと試しました。ですが、見えないどころか、突然強い風が吹いて、私お気に入りのワンピースとお揃いの帽子でした。帽子はあっという間に壁の向こうへ飛んでしまいました。プールの中に落ちたんです。大好きな帽子でしたから、私、悲しくなって泣き出してしまいました。そのうちにパパとママがやってきて、私を抱き上げてくれましたが、でも、その時、壁の向こうから私の帽子が差し出されたんですよ。パパもママも私もびっくりしました。だって帽子を拾ってくれたのはイルカだったんですから。イルカは帽子のつばをくわえて壁の向こうから伸び上がってくれてたんです。パパはイルカさんにお礼を言うんだぞって抱いたまま私をイルカに近づけてくれました。すごく大きかったですけど、怖くありませんでしたよ。私を見る目がすごく優しかったですから。お礼を言って、私は帽子をイルカから受け取りました。帽子は不思議なことに少しも濡れていませんでした。帽子をかぶると、私はすぐにイルカに手を伸ばして撫でてあげました。私がパパともう一度お礼を言うと、イルカはそれが伝わったようにプールに戻っていったんです。私はずっとイルカの消えた水の奥を見つめていました。それが初めての出会いだったんです。
へえ、頭いいんだな、イルカって。
私、その時思ったんです。イルカと話したんだって。動物も友達なんだって。
なるほどな。それが琴音ちゃんの動物好きな理由か。
多分、そうだと思います。
今の琴音ちゃんがあるのも、案外そのイルカのおかげかもな。
藤田さんと出会えたのも、イルカのおかげにしていいですか？
いいんじゃねえかな。
はい。
He seems to have fun talking about all things animal related. Kota is a fountain of knowledge and tells me about so many things far more fascinating than Shio could ever offer. God, that little verbal accident sure changed meaning. Also, the fucking ever since like the weird like contact issue happened, the fucking webcam was frozen, huh? Anyways. Got that back off. Damn, the faces are here. I also saw that recent video where someone was... like, I don't know why, but I keep getting video recommendations of different VTubers watching Reggie videos. And one of the ones that frequently pops up is the fucking Grom the Paunch one. And one of them was like, why do you keep calling them green skin? Just call them goblins. They're goblins. I hate it when like movies are like called zombies walks and some shit. Just call them zombies. They're still over here like, oh, she missed the memos that there's orcs as well, did you? Yeah, it's Kotone. He's looking at a piece of paper. Go out to her.
よう、琴音ちゃん。
Go out to her.
藤田さん、
Kotone looks a bit
何
surprised.
見てんだ？
はい、招待状なんですけど、
何の？
展覧会です。
She hands a piece of paper to me. It has the words Crystal Russell Art Exhibition written on it. Looks like it's being held inside the station building. The painting printed on the paper features dolphins and whales swimming in a blue and purple ocean. This kind of style that Kotone would love. What's this? It's an invitation with 2 free tickets.
もし
Alright.
かして琴音ちゃん、誰かと行くのか？
Kotone shakes her
じ
head.
ゃあ、一人でか？
She looks as if she was about to say something, but then looks down
それ
instead.
を考えてたんだな。
Kotone nods this
よ
time.
し。今から俺と行こうぜ。
よろしいんですか？
俺は構わねえぜ。絵のことはよくわかんねえけど、それなりに伝わってくるものはあるだろうからな。
はい、ありがとうございます。
As long as this shit ain't modern art, I'll be able to appreciate it. The website didn't read that. And so we arrive at the station building. The exhibition is on the 7th floor. We enter the building and hop into the elevator. The elevator ascends. There's a chat with Kotone.
なんだ、停電か？
I exclaim. The elevator we were in stops and the lights go out on the way to the 7th
琴音
floor.
ちゃん、大丈夫か？
はい、平気です。
Kotone is fine as expected. What's to do with this building? I've got people in here. Playing in my head for a while, but the elevator shows no sign of moving. Guess I just gotta deal with it. Well, something to talk about until it starts moving again.
まるで映画だよな。琴音ちゃん、このまま閉じ込められたらどうする？
A joke.
困ります。
困るよな。やっぱ天井から脱出するのかな。
I suggest to
ワイ
Kotone.
ヤーを登るんですよね。
She said, but awkwardly goes along with me. It was a pretty average response, but I love it because it came from her.
そうそう。登ってる最中にエレベーターが動き出したりして、またまたピンチになるんだよな。
私、助かりそうにないですね。
そんなことねえって。ヒロインもちゃんと生き残るんだよ。
By the way, I'm the hero, and Kotone is the heroine of this movie.
ヒロインなんですか。
Kotone mumbles and confused just till the lights come back on.
着いた。
エレベーターは動きませんね。
The lights turn back on, but the elevator's still not moving. We're actually stuck in
た
here.
く、しょうがねえビルだな。言わねえと動かないのかよ。
Press and hold this button to contact building management button. But nothing
お
happens.
ーい、閉じ込められてるんだぞ。誰か出ろよ。
Wait for a minute, but nobody responds. Doesn't seem to be connected to anything. Guess it's hunk of junk. The button's supposed to be there for emergencies. What would people do if there was a fire or an earthquake?
席を外してるんでしょうか。
Kotone looks somewhat worried. We are in an emergency situation, so we're pretty
も
calm.
しかして壊れてるかもな。ドアでも叩いてみるか。外の誰かが気づくかもしれないし。
Bang on the door with my fist. My hand hurts.
どうかな。これで聞こえてれば助けも早く来てくれると思うけど。
That'd be the case if we happened to stop at a floor. It'd be pointless if we're in between floors. Damn it. We'd be able to contact someone outside if we had a phone on us. But there's no point in wishing for something we don't have. You give up on that thought pretty quickly. It's times like these that call for composure and patience.
しゃあね。とりあえず待とうか。
はい。
Within an hour, we decide to wait for a
せ
while.
っかく絵を見に来たのについてねえな。
そうですね。
琴音ちゃん、ラッセルって人のファン？
はい。
もしかしてイルカだから？
I've seen her pieces in magazines and I have seen her pieces in magazines and ads. It seems like they all feature dolphins.
はじめは色使いが綺麗だなって思ったんですけど、イルカ専門だって知ってからもっと好きになりました。
やっぱりな。じゃあラッセルも琴音ちゃんと同じイルカ好きなんだな。
尊敬してるんだそうですよ。
尊敬ってイルカを？
はい。イルカは超能力を持ってるって。
超能力？琴音ちゃんみたいな？
イルカの頭の良さが超能力並みだって言うんです。
イルカってイルカだろ？どう考えたら人間より頭がいい？
イルカは地球で一番高等な動物で、文明を持たずに精神だけを進化させた動物なんだそうで。
どういう意味だ？
それはボランティアだって他人の手助けをして、それは人間は誰だって自分が一番大事じゃないですか。ボランティアだって他人の手助けをして、自分は立派な人間だと思うのが楽しいからやってるんだってラッセルさんは言うんです。
Russell doesn't seem like the nicest person. What's that got to do with dolphins being
確か
smart?
に人間はほとんどが私利私欲のために動いてますけど、家族の絆とか損得じゃ割り切れない部分もあると思うんです。
俺もそう思うな。
でもラッセルさんはそういう風に人間を悪く言ってイルカの方が賢いと言うんです。
なんで？
イルカは自分のためだとか他人のためだとか善とか悪とかそういうレベルの考えをとっくに超えたところにいるとラッセルさんは考えているんです。
よくわかんねえな。
いいことをした後は気分がいいじゃないですか。でもいいことっていうのは人間中心の考えで、必ずしも地球にとっていいことではないとラッセルさんは言います。
Really? I don't think being kind has anything to do with the earth.
人間は自分で善悪を決めてその基準に酔いしれてるだけなんだそうです。
まあ地球に優しいとか言っておいて、一方じゃ木を切り倒してたりするからな。
There's definitely one of the selfish aspects of
ラッ
humans.
セルさんはそれが人間のレベルだって言うんです。
その言い方なら少しは納得できるな。
そんな自分たちに都合のいい解釈を捨てたレベルにイルカたちはいるって言うんです。
じゃあ他人中心ってことか？
わかりません。イルカの考えは例えば猿に人間の考えを理解させるようなことなんだそうです。
ひでえ言われようだな。イルカが人間なら俺たちは猿かよ。
そうですね。
ラッセルってなんか変なやつだな。
それでも私はラッセルさんが立派だと思うんです。イルカをそういう目で見ることで素敵な絵が描けるんですから。
まあそうだな。
芸術家って普通とは違う人が多いじゃないですか。
おお、言われてみれば天才とか芸術家とかって変なやつが多いな。
多いですよね。
俺そういう意味じゃ琴音ちゃんに芸術家にはなってほしくねえな。
いいんですよ。私普通の人じゃありませんから。
また自分をそんな風に言うもんじゃねえと思うぜ。
ごめんなさい。
We kill some time chatting about random things at the start, but the conversation doesn't last forever. For long, we fall silent and sit on the floor. Kotone is worried about her skirt, but she eventually grows tired and sits down. How many hours have passed since the elevator stopped? I look at my watch.
もう8時を過ぎてるじゃねえか。
Kotone looks at me in surprise.
そのうち誰もいなくなったりしねえだろうな。
Then the lights will turn off and we'll be left in the dark.
エレベーターも見回りに来るんじゃないですか？
そっか、普通は点検に来るよな。
You would surely notice then.
今度は出れますよね。
She sounds concerned. The situation is turning
大
bleak.
丈夫だって。
But an hour passed and another. Still nobody came.
誰も来ねえじゃねえか。
Kicked the door without much thought.
藤田さん、
She suddenly says my name in a feeble voice.
なんだ。
さっきから息苦しくありませんか？
息苦しい。そんなことは。ってまさか酸素が減ってきてるってことか。
そんな気がするんです。
Kotone seems a little pale in the
風
face.
で気分が悪いとかそういうんじゃなくて。
はい。
バカな。いくらなんでも空気穴ぐらいあるだろ。
Look around the elevator. But I can't see anything that resembles the vent. The door is sealed pretty tight too. There's obviously air leaking in and out, but is it enough to sustain us? Not good. Really bad, actually.
おりゃ、一刻も早く手を打たねえと。
でもどうしたら。
こうなったら脱出だ。
Back in my mind, the obvious escape route through the ceiling. Look at the ceiling. It's pretty high up. Must be around 2 yards from the floor. I just barely touch it with my fingertips if I reach up. It's made of a number of panels, one with grating and others with lights. Gotta take these down. The panels should be removable so that we can change the light bulb, so they can change the light bulbs and stuff. Try jumping up to push one. Has them give but doesn't move. Again. Again. One last hit.
やったぞ。
I don't know if I broke what is securing the panel, but I got it to tilt upward. Jump up one more time, pull off the almost broken panel. Once I open the hole, the rest should be easy. Cling onto the rest of the panels and pull them off with my body weight. Then I stop. Look at the ceiling now that I had pulled off all the panels. There's a steel plate with lights embedded into it. It isn't gonna work. It's impossible to remove the steel panels without taking out the screws.
藤田さん、
Kotone seems to realize that herself and simply looks up at me.
そう。このまま二人で窒息かよ。
Just as much of that to myself, the lights go out. Not good. Really super not good. There won't be anyone left in the building. Serious will be stuck in here if everyone leaves. Out of options, shivers go up my spine. And then...
お願いです。誰か気づいて。
It's as if a switch had been flipped. Kotone runs to the door and begins to pound on it. The sounds are weak and dull, completely different from when I hit the door. Paralysis is depressing, filling the dark, cramped elevator with an air of despair. We're going to die. The thought crosses my mind as I look at the terrified Kotone. No, I don't want to die such a pitiful death. If I'm gonna die, I want to at least save this girl and make sure she lives. Accepting my fate, I don't care what happens next. That thought frees me and I feel as though an unbelievable amount of courage wells up inside me. Like hell I'm gonna die in here.
さん、落ち着くんだ。
Embrace Kotone. No, I guess take that.
怖くないんですか？
Her voice
俺だっ
trembles.
て怖えよ。けどな、やけになったら完全におしまいじゃねえか。
Watch this man like Hulk out and just tear the fucking door open.
落ち着くんだ。落ち着いて考えろ。まだ何か方法があるはずだ。
My breathing starts to become more labored. We're running out of oxygen now. Damn it, curse you, Russell. I can't wait to see your stupid paintings ended up in this mess. Dolphins are smart, pff, whatever. Will those genius dolphins get out of the situation then? Using their so-called supernatural intelligence to escape. Supernatural abilities. Hold up. Got supernatural abilities right here.
琴音ちゃん、超能力だ。超能力で扉をぶっ壊すんだ。
そんな強い力はとても。
なもん、やってみなきゃわかんねえよ。
I'm being unreasonable, but if we don't have time to dwell on that. Kotone frankly nods for tensing up her body and clenching her teeth. She's pulling all her focus like she usually does. That will bring out all the energy in her body into one spot, apparently. Silence, like an ears, my heavy breathing. The tension and lack of oxygen makes me feel like I can't breathe. My ears begin to ring. That is a sign that she's about to unleash her powers. Sudden shockwave hits the elevator, almost knocking us down. The elevator dropped a little just now. What about the door? Look, and it doesn't seem any different.
琴音ちゃん、
私ちゃんとやりました。
けどなんともないぞ。それどころか下がったぞ。もしかして扉じゃなくワイヤーにダメージが。
That won't help our situation at all. Are we doomed? That's it.
私やりましたよ。
Kotone drops her head powerlessly.
頑張ったよ、琴音ちゃん。
Yeah, Kotone. They're out of options. Damn it. So much for trying to rescue the girl. I ended up asking her for help. So pathetic.
助からないんですね。
悔しいけど仕方ねえな。ごめんな、琴音ちゃん。
そんなことありません。謝るのは私の方です。
いいんだって。
Kotone tied her. Shout us my name.
私最後に
Is this confession? Like, we're gonna die and suddenly the door opens?
あるんです。
なんだ。
今まで親切にしていただいて。
君たち大丈夫か。どうだ琴音ちゃん、外の空気は。
はい、なんだか美味しいです。
We leave the station building and take a deep breath.
ねえよな。
We hear about what happened after being let out. The story played out like a comedy of errors. An attendant noticed that the elevator had stopped due to a faulty cable. He tried to contact us, but the intercom was broken and completely useless. The priority was on fixing the elevator rather than the intercom. They needed to bring in specialist equipment to get the elevator running again. The only option was to bring the machine and start repairs after the building closed, but the jammed cable wouldn't return to its position. While we were scratching our heads over what to do, the cable suddenly started moving without anyone even touching. While they were scratching their heads over what to do, the cable suddenly started moving without anyone even touching it. The elevator then stopped at the nearest floor where we were let out. That was it. It was obviously Kotone's psychic powers that missed their target and got the cable moving. As for the dwindling oxygen, all in our heads. We were having a mental crisis after being stuck in a cramped space for so long. Apparently, it's impossible for oxygen to run out of an run out in an elevator. What really surprises me is how the station building managers handled the situation. They apparently started work on the elevator on their own without alerting the police. Some important person from the station building apologizes to us and gives us a vouch for some tens of thousands of yen. We also apologize for destroying the inside of the elevator. That's that. Now that it's all over, it sounds like a pretty trivial incident.
琴音ちゃんのおかげだな。
信じられないくらいです。
超能力に感謝しねえとな。
Kotone gives a slight
お風呂
nod.
か。
いえ、平気です。
じゃ、また明日な。
はい。
I wave at Kotone to turn away. We're just gonna ignore that, the rescue team ruined the confession just now. I'll go on my next lunch break. I might go and see Kotone. She's been doing pretty well lately. Go. Alright, time to go see
な
Kotone.
あ、まさし。
何？
今日のバスケ、俺パスな。
うん。ひろゆきって時々昼休みにどこかへ行ってるけど、何をしに行ってるの？
超能力のコーチ。
え？
じゃあ、行ってくる。
あ、でも超能力って。
What the fuck do you mean by superpower coach? Leave Masashi and arrive at the courtyard. And Kotone is there
お
too.
っす、琴音ちゃん。
こんにちは、藤田さん。ちょうど今、始めようと思っていたところですよ。
そりゃよかった。実はな、 新しい特訓の内容を考えてきたんだよ。
新しい内容。
ああ、今までずっとボールの数を増やしてきただろ。それもいい加減限度があるだろうから。
More complicated movements.
そうですね。
Kotone stares at the ball sitting at the bench. There are 6 of them. What are we, part of the softball club?
その新しい内容ってどういうものなんですか？
簡単だ。超能力でボールを受けるんだ。
ボールを受ける。
俺がボールをそーっと投げるから、琴音ちゃんは超能力で止めるんだ。なんだったらそのまま空中でストップさせてもいいしな。
なんだか難しい気がします。
無理っぽかったら別のことやろうぜ。
はい。
じゃ、俺はその辺から投げるぜ。
はい。ゆっくりお願いしますね。
よし。
Pick up a ball and step a short distance away from
行
Kotone.
くぞー。
Do a big wind up.
藤田さん、
Kotone seems surprised at my looking like I'm ready to pitch a
投げま
fastball.
した。
Swing her arm down. She shrieks and quickly moves to cover her head and
では
ducks.
お約束。
Just as I toss the ball back and forth between my hands, I say as I toss the ball back and forth between my hands, I obviously hadn't thrown it. Kotone cautiously lifts her head up.
しました。
She places a hand on her chest, breathing a sigh of relief.
マジで驚いたのか？
はい。
悪い悪い。ついお約束のノリでさ。
もうしないでくださいね。
合ってるって。じゃあ今度は真面目に投げるからな。
はい。
Kotone nods and I go back to where I'd been
じゃ、
standing.
行くぞ。
はい。
それ。
Gently toss the ball underhand. The ball flies up in an arc towards Kotone. She makes a noise and tenses up. Then at around the same time the ball loses momentum and drops to the ground. Pretty sure the ball was on course to hit Kotone, but it drops like a rock. She definitely snuffed out the ball's momentum with her powers.
いい感じじゃねえか。
でも失敗です。宙に浮かべないと成功じゃないんですよね。
まあできたらそっちの方がいいけどな。
できるまでお願いします。
わかった。
Ready to throw the ball again.
よーし、次行くぞ。
はい。
そら。
Must have thrown the ball over 10 times. The ball carves an arc to the air towards Kotone just like before. Kotone focuses her powers and the ball curves down and... The ball did not drop to the ground. The ball looks like it's about to drop, but then Kotone pushes harder and makes it suspend at eye
や
level.
った。止まったぞ。
Kotone smiles and nod enthusiastically.
どうなってるの？
You suddenly hear someone yell. The ball drops to the ground. Look over and see a girl pointing in our direction in shock.
森本さん。
Kotone whispers. Is she a freshman? A classmate of
姫
Kotone's.
川さん、それ超能力なんでしょ？悪霊じゃないよね。
She runs over, full of excitement. Kotone seems a little unsure and nods awkwardly.
おーい、本当の超能力者だったんだ。ねえ、もっと見せて。
As Morimoto exists, Kotone gives me a troubled look. The girl probably saw Kotone suspend the ball in midair earlier. There's no point in hiding her ability now. I nod as if to say go ahead and show her. With that, Kotone slowly picks the ball up from near her feet and quietly closes her eyes. The usual ringing of the ears happens for a moment before the ball begins to slowly rise from the palm of her hand. The girl gasps in surprise after she waves her hand around the ball to check for any strings. Trouble began after that. We have a hard time trying to convince the girl not to bring other students over. If word spreads, then it'll keep blowing up and TV cameras will swarm Kotone. Even if Kotone gains control over her abilities, she would end up unhappy because of the intention. Someone managed to convince Morimoto to keep it a secret, but I'm still worried. I'm hoping for something else to happen. Girls watch Kotone with admiration. Kotone, on the other hand, seems unsure of it all. Either way, it'd be great if this can help change everyone's opinion of Kotone. My concern turns into hope. It's break time at a spot Kotone in the hallway. Okay, it seems like the start of May is the end of any kind of choice. Like, the start of May is like, okay, check, have you gotten enough points to go down, and events to go down this character's route? Okay, then you are now on this character's route. At least I assume right now. It was break time and I spot Colton in the hallway. I already read this. She's with someone. A girl from her class, maybe. Watch for a little while. The girl smiles, waving her hand at Colton as she leaves. Seems a little out of character for Colton to have such a close friend. Call out to Colton when she was left on her own.
Yo, Kotone-chan.
藤田さん、こんにちは。
今の子知り合い？
同じクラスなんですけど。
それで？
森本さんに力を見せた後、急にクラスのみんなの態度が変わってしまった気がして。
It hit me after she said that.
急に話しかけてくるようになったのか
Kotone nods. I knew it. Munch is correct, and that means that things are improving.
やっぱり森本さんから聞いたのでしょうか。
そうだろうな。
Kotone looks down.
喜んでいいと思うぜ。
どうしてですか？
つまりだ。みんなは琴音ちゃんを超能力者だと認めたんだ。
And not a creepy evil spirit girl.
みんなが私のことどんな目で見ていたかは知ってます。でも今はまだ困るんです。
どうして？
まだ力をコントロールできるようになったわけではありませんから。
その辺は心配いらねえんじゃないか。ほら、最近は暴走してないだろ。特訓の成果出てんだよ。
もう少し様子を見ないと決められません。
まあな。俺も琴音ちゃんの気の済むまで付き合うぜ。
Then the conversation ended, and I hurried off. Oh, I'm about to eat my fucking words. I sure am. So much for what I've just fucking said. I would love to, but no, we cannot. Like, one weakness this game, like, pretty clearly has is, like, it has a lot of characters, but it does not give the characters the time they need to really develop. Kotone. Oh, the sun was pouring down rain. I went straight into the shopping arcade over the station, so I'm lucky enough to stay dry, but I'm stuck here for 10 minutes. I think the rain will let up soon and go to a bookstore to kill some time, but it continues to pour. Oh well, it is what it is. I guess I'll buy a cheap plastic umbrella and head home. Accept my fate, but then someone calls out to me. I look over and see Kotone standing there. Kotone bows a little. Yeah, you could say that. I'm waiting for fucking God to stop the rain! She asks.
そうじゃなくて、雨早く止まねえかなって思って。
傘お持ちじゃないんですか？
いきなりだったけどな。
A chuckle. Kotone thinks for a moment. Whoops.
私傘持ってますから、よかったらお家までお送りしましょうか。
She says.
お家って俺ん家まで？はい。
確か近くなんですよね。
まあ歩いて通える距離だし、近いっていや近いけど、それでも片道15分くらいあるぜ。
それくらいでしたら。
Kotone smiles. Okay, I'll take you up on your offer.
それじゃあそうしてもらおうかな。
I got to save money by not needing to buy an umbrella, and more than anything, I had to go home with Kotone. So I had to accept her offer.
どうぞ。
お邪魔します。
Accept Kotone's invitation to duck under the umbrella.
傘小さいですから、少し濡れるかもしれませんよ。
そんなの構わねえよ。こっちが入れさせてもらってるんだからな。
ごめんなさい。
琴音ちゃんが謝ることじゃねえって。
As you start walking, I realize something. So much taller than Kotone that she looks like she's having trouble holding the
あ
umbrella.
あ、琴音ちゃん。でかいやつに合わせるのはしんどいだろ。傘、俺が持つぜ。
I say as I grab the handle of the
す
umbrella.
みません。
なーに、遠慮はいらねえよ。
The rain continues to pour. Kotone and I are sharing an umbrella. Our shoulders stick out as we are both trying to squeeze onto Kotone's dainty girly umbrella. So, since she's kind enough to share with me, I tilt the umbrella to cover Kotone more. Kotone suddenly looks up at me in concern.
今、何か感じませんでしたか？
そう、何のこ
Kotone shakes her head slightly.
わかりません。私の思い違いかもしれません。
と？気になるな。
ごめんなさい。
We walk in silence for a little while. And Kotone looks up towards me again.
また？
いいえ、藤田さんの肩、濡れてます。
おお、気にすんなって。小さい傘だし。
Before I could finish my sentence, she does something that catches me off guard. Kotone sidles up to me. It would make sense for a couple to do that, but I'm a bit taken aback because Kotone and I aren't going out or anything.
こうすれば濡れませんから。
Just fuck already! I look closer at Kotone and notice her ears have turned bright red. Feel hyper aware of her presence by my side. Her face is so close. I smell the light fragrance wafting from her long hair. I feel Kotone's warm shoulder against me. It's getting me all worked up. After my conversation with her, I'll never be able to stay
琴
calm.
音ちゃん、
はい、
最近調子いいよな。
何がって。
特訓がうまく効いてるみたいでさ。
はい、すごく調子いいです。
いいことだよな。
はい。
そういえばこの間の。
As she chats away, the exit of the park comes into view.
実はさ、この公園を抜けたらすぐ俺ん家があんだ。
そうなんですか。
だからいつもここを通るんだ。なあ、琴音ちゃん、肩が濡れてる。ほらもっとこっちこっち。
Try my luck and pull Kotone's shoulders closer to me.
俺の代わりに琴音ちゃんが雨に当たったら申し訳立たねえからな。
すみません。
お手数かけてんのは俺だな。
Doing our back and forth. Small dog runs over to us.
かわいい。
Never mind, the dog is moving. Kotone whispers. The dog seems to be having a time of its life running around in the rain.
元気なやつだな。
いらっしゃい。
Kotone crouches down and sticks her hand out. The dog runs right to her. There's a lot of fun wrestling with her hand. I hold the umbrella over Kotone without a care that I'm getting wet. I continue to watch as they play. And then it feels as though the area around us got dark. The next instant, also a sound disappears. Can't hear the dog panic with his voice or even the rain. Kotone suddenly holds her head and balls herself up. She overloaded with energy again.
琴音ちゃん。
Call out to her in surprise. She almost shrieks. Time was of the essence, but I don't know what to do about the umbrella head covering Kotone.
くそ。
I throw the umbrella away and take a few steps back. Maybe that's some Kotone felt a little earlier was a premonition for what was to come. As I watch Kotone's body tremble, I start to find it harder to breathe. It is as if the air had become frigid. I feel an ominous stirring in my chest. I don't know what's happening, but it's not good. With the back turned to Kotone, I sprint away. I stand a good 10 yards away from her and look to see what is happening. It's bigger than anything I've seen before. What's happening? I hadn't realized until that moment. The dog was still playing at Kotone's feet. Could you sense his ominous air? Aren't animals supposed to have a sixth sense for these things? Kotone tries to bat the dog away with her right hand. The little dog wags its tail in excitement of Kotone's desperate attempts. Run over to try and pull the dog away. The dog whimpers and I see something. Kotone is engulfed in a blinding bright ball of white light. It is almost like a camera flash. The dog is lifted up into the air and is slammed into the ground as if the light had launched it. After the episode is over, I'm too shocked to move for a moment. The dog's dead?! Kotone moves first. Stunned by the impact of being thrown to the ground, the dog wobbles over, dragging its back legs. Rush over as well. Kotone picks up the dog and apologizes with a trembling voice. All I can do is say her name. The powers got out of hand. All of her training for nothing. That's not fair. And for a little dog to get caught up in this of all things. If God really does exist, they sure do some cruel things. Kotone shakes her head. Kotone looks at me for a while before quietly dropping her head. She eventually turns around and begins to walk. All I can do is follow her. We look for a veterinary hospital so that the dog could be checked out. Fortunately, the dog isn't seriously injured. When the vet asks how the dog sustained his injury, Kotone says that she did it herself, but I explained that it was a car accident. We leave the hospital and remain silent after we part ways. The mood is awkward. We didn't say more than necessary while we were looking for a hospital too. Kotone had finally found a way to feel more positive when people changed their opinions about her. Everything was starting to look up for her. The gates of her heart were starting to open up, but they slammed firmly shut again. That's how it felt. Golden Week, a week-long string of public holidays had begun. I want to talk to Kotone about it on her phone number or address. There's nothing I could do. Thinking about Kotone makes me get angry at myself. I feel like I hadn't done enough. I feel like I'm the one to blame. I don't know what I wanted to do something over Kotone's powers with my superficial understanding of them, and now I've caused her so much pain. The more time that passes, the stronger those feelings become. And eventually the school trip began. I managed to have fun when I'm not thinking about Kotone. But that is only when my mind isn't on her. Whenever I think about her, my mood darkens. Monday! I'm surprised when I get back to school. Kotone hasn't been at school since Golden Week. Apparently she wasn't absent because she was sick. I decided to take action during my lunch break. I managed to get Kotone's number from one of her classmates to call her. All I want to do is see Kotone and talk to her until I understand what's going on with her. No one's answering. There's no one home. She's off school and she has to be at home. I need to find out. Damn it, I have to go and see for myself then. But I don't know where she lives. I can't go asking her teacher for Kotone's address though. What did I do? Oh, I hate that I'm going to have to ask her for help. I find myself stuck on not knowing what to do if she calls out to me while she's passing by. She latches onto me like a piece of juicy gossip. Barely even have the energy to fight with Shiho. Plot off. I feel like I'm almost being crushed by my sense of responsibility towards Kotone. Despite my lack of enthusiasm, she was determined to help and keeps stubbornly following me
電話
around.
番号までしかわからね
なんだ、テル番わかったの？だったら簡単じゃん。電話帳から逆に見ればいいのよ。
Oh yeah, phone books are a fucking thing!
え。早く言え。
Alright, Saf.
ちょっとほら、お礼くらい言いなさいよ。
It's of no use. I leave school early to go to the address that I find, but no one answers, no matter how many times I ring the doorbell. My shoulders slump in disappointment, I leave. I thought I'd be at school tomorrow.
琴音ちゃん。
Call out to her. Kotone attempts to run away for a moment, but then gives up and looks down.
琴音ちゃん。どうしたんだよ。学校休んで。
I look down and see that she's holding her bag, so she's playing
今日
hooky.
はお早いですね。
ああ、早退したからな。俺、心配して琴音ちゃん家まで行ったんだぜ。なあ、なんか言ってくれよ。
嫌になってしまいました。私の力はもう止められないんです。
何言ってんだよ。
Kotone looks down.
本当はどこか遠くへ行きたかったんです。
And she lets out a little sigh.
子供なんですよね、私。遠くへ行けたとしても私一人の力じゃ生きていけませんし。
琴音ちゃん。
Kotone looks up at
バ
me.
カみたいですよね。
She laughs at herself.
せめて学校に行かないでここで時間が経つのを待つことしかできませんでした。
逃げんのかよ。なんで逃げんだよ。琴音ちゃん。
だって止められないんですよ。次は藤田さんかもしれないんですよ。
俺だったらどうなってんだよ。琴音ちゃんのためにならいくらでも犠牲になってやるよ。だから逃げんなよ。
Fuck. If you're going out of control, just fucking use your powers on me. My body is ready.
嫌なんです。
琴音ちゃん。
耐えられません。
違うだろ。傷つけないように頑張るのが琴音ちゃんのやることじゃねえか。
一生懸命頑張りました。私もう頑張れません。それに見つけたんです。
何をだよ。
今までどうして気がつかなかったのかなって思いました。
ああ、俺に分かるように言ってくれよ。
Kotone looks down in agony. Can't be.
本当はもう藤田さんとお会いすることもないだろうって思っていたんです。だけどこうなってしまったのは何かの縁ですね。
冗談だろ。
Kotone shakes her head slowly.
です。
なんでだよ。そんなことして誰か喜ぶのかよ。
今まで私を迷惑に思ってきた人たちは安心できますよ。
She states matter of
お
factly.
かしいだろ。
いいえ、私の力で皆さんにご迷惑がかかることに
そんなことのために死んだりすんのかよ。
一番いい方法だと思いますから。
Kotone says, speaking in a way that makes me feel like she doesn't value herself at all. She's
わ
wrong.
けねえだろ。
どうしてですか？私爆弾と同じなんですよ。いなくなった方がいいじゃないですか。
何言ってんだよ。
Kotone shakes her head as if she had enough of my preaching.
さよなら。
Kotone bows and walks past me. No. Kotone is so upset right now that nothing is getting through to her. How do I snap her out of this? Fucking shout!
バカ野郎。
He screamed in a volume I'd never heard before.
誰も
I
迷
screamed
惑かから
probably
ない
supposed to be.
ふざけんなよ。家族はどうすんだよ。そんな目に遭わせるために 父さんや母さんは琴音ちゃんを産んだのかよ。俺はどうすんだよ。琴音ちゃんを目の前で死なせた俺が傷つかねえと思ってんのかよ。
藤田さん、
自分のことしか考えてねえだろ。頼むから死ぬなんて言うなよ。約束してくれよ。いつだってそばにいてやれよ。超能力が暴走したら俺に向けて使えばいい。
それじゃ
構わねえよ。ただ俺にそういうことしたくないって気持ちがあったら少しでもコントロールする方向へ頑張ってくれよ。
When she's gonna be like reach like a point like they're both adults, like going around on a walk with their like fucking child or something. They're married. Suddenly, like he just fucking goes flying into the nearest wall. Just like fucking gets back up, dusts himself off. Ow! Don't worry, I'm used to this.
私の力じゃどうにも。
いや俺はまだ諦めちゃいないぜ。
But looks at me. Tell by the look in her eyes. Look at despair has disappeared. The Kotone knew was
特
back.
権のせいか。出てたんじゃねえのか。たまたま悪いことが重なったけど確実に暴走までの時間が長くなっただろう。
Kotone nods.
でもこれ以上力を使い続けるには。
The fact is that the longer Kotone uses power, the more stress it will place on
そ
her.
れをこれから考えようぜ。よし、今日のところは家に帰った方がいいだろう。送るぜ。
ありがとうございます。
ごめんな。
いいえ、藤田さんに叱られて私目が覚めました。
I just got like the training, like in my mind,
わがままのこと言ってたんだろうって。
immediately going to like, yes, I'm going to toss this ball at you, and all you have to do is stop it with your mind, was not the right training to pick. Because essentially all she could do is like immediately, like forcefully stop it in mid-air and then grab it with force, essentially. What you need to do is to learn, like, grab something more delicate, like an egg or something. Maybe not an egg. Eggs are expensive over there. Like some kind of fruit or something, and like gently lift it up without, like, make it squeeze just barely enough to make it so like it slightly is squished, but without popping it. Like right now, all she's doing is learning to apply her powers with will. What she needs to learn is how to control the extent of it. Because once she controls how to learn the extent of it, she can constantly fucking exert an ever so slight pressure on, for example, like her bow or something, to keep it like to keep like her powers constantly active at like a very, very slow drain rate, essentially, to make sure she never fucking bloats, essentially.
俺って頭悪いからな。つ
いいんですよ。
い。いや、本当ごめんな。
藤田さん優しいんですね。
そうか。
そういうところが優しいって思っ。
そこまで言うなら俺は優しいやつってことで。
はい。
なあ、ところで琴音。
Kotone suddenly stops upon hearing my voice.
琴音ちゃん。
Look over and all the blood drains from her face as she stands there. Her lips were quivering. There's like lamps around.
どうしたんだよ。
My ears begin to ring. This feeling, not again.
しなかったからずっと力を使ってなかったんです。
She has a week's worth of energy stored inside of her. Kotone yells. I could tell from her voice that the power inside of her is stronger than it was when she used it on the dog. But they don't run away. In fact, they get closer to her. Ah, Kotone-Route. And I close my eyes.
俺に使えばいいって。
It's clear that her power is growing. I feel as if it is trying to break through the walls of Kotone's body from the inside. What'll happen to me if it overflows? Honestly, I'm terrified, but I can't run away.
お姉ちゃんが辛い目に遭ってるのに。俺だけ安全な場所から応援だけしてるってわけにはいかねえよ。
I'm gonna fight just as hard as Kotone is. I'm going to have to just as much faith as she does. Kotone tries to push me away, but I don't budge. I have no intention of moving. I can hear the air crackling around us. There's sometimes a tingling heat on my face and hands. Seems as she's giving off sparks. I don't dare open my eyes to see what is happening.
頑張れ。お姉ちゃん。
Kotone's body stiffens. Her trembling has finally reached its peak. Here it comes. I close my eyes and hold Kotone tightly. It fucking dissipates, probably. Deafening creaking sound rings out through the air. That's the biggest explosion yet. The wind resulting from what feels like the air being torn apart buffets my cheeks. There really is some kind of shockwave. I don't have the time to feel any pain.
もしかして俺死んだか。
Oh, we got fat
何も聞
cutscene.
こえないし見えない。そういや目をつむってたんだっけ。琴音ちゃん。
藤田さん。
俺はなんともないぞ。琴音ちゃん何かしたのか。
いいえ、私、藤田さんに使いたくなかったから我慢して。
Heat?
来たんだな。コントロール。
藤田さん、私、藤田さんを守りたくて、できました。
よかったな。
ありがとうございます。
Several days later.
雨かよ。
Damn you, Rain. Stay back at school to get something done. It ends up raining on me. If it doesn't let up, I'll be soaking away by the time I go to meet up with
藤
Kotone.
田さん、
Someone suddenly calls my name. I rush to turn around and see Kotone standing there holding an umbrella.
お姉ちゃん先に行ってたんじゃ。
いいえ、藤田さん、傘持ってないだろうなって思って。
気が利くというか、さすがというか。
さあ、行きますよ。
おお。
But you got really noticed that for the fancy animated scenes, they really used the know-how they got from doing the Zon games in this. Because the actual properly animated scenes, they one for one look like the fucking Utavaruma no Sun cutscenes, where they actually remade them with 3D animation. I'm pretty sure if you go to the likes section on for my YouTube account, hold on, let me just check to make sure that this video is actually in there. Let's see, Reggie, I entered a CK3 death race against 2 psychopaths. That's not it. DieMonster.wmv. Nah. Making a sorcerer lich in D&D. That's not it either. One of the fucking animations made by the funny ghost girl dude. It's not it either. Spike's family in D&D. Nah. Xenoblade Chronicles explained in 20 minutes. That's not it. Oh yeah, there we go. Like, it is actually in there. It is the 7th video, apparently, because I've only ever liked 7 videos on my YouTube account. But to be fair, I'm not... I can't... Like, I am the one person that probably needs to... Oh yeah, remember to like and subscribe reminders, because I sure fucking forget to like everything. But yeah, only watch that video, by the way, if you have watched all of ToHeart. Otherwise, you're fucking spoiling yourself to hell and back. And probably not even to hell and back, more like the hell, back to hell, into purgatory, back to the world of living, back to hell, back to the world of living, then immediately to purgatory, to the end of time, and back to reality. And then to hell. I did channel a little bit of Lion there. I've been to hell and back to hell and back. Bars still get out of control on occasion, but things have been different since that day. Kotone seems to have figured something out. She's been doing well with controlling her powers. While the episodes continue to happen, there is at least a solution now. Looking back, that's something I can say with confidence.
いや、これからいいことばっかだなって。
そうとは限りませんよ。
What did it say, speaking in an overtly sinister tone?
そりゃ大変だ。
もう早く行きませんか？
合ってる合ってる。
So, we arrive at the veterinary hospital. It is actually the day that the little dog will be discharged.
よかったな。
The dog seems pretty happy too. He's full of energy and living life.
で、こいつはこれからどうするんだ？
ご存知ありませんでした？私、この子を飼うことにしたんですよ。
へえ。よかったじゃねえか、ワンコ。
ワンコじゃありませんよ。
お、もう名前があんのか？
そうですよ。ね、ひろゆきさん。
なぬー！マジかよ、それ。
素敵な名前だと思いませんか？
琴音ちゃん、俺をなんて呼ぶつもりだよ。
藤田さんでいいですよね。
なんか他人行儀だよな、それ。
でもこの子はひろゆきさんでしょ？
そいつはひろゆきで。
ですからひろゆきさんなんです。
なんだよ、俺をひろゆきって呼ぶのか？
少し慣れ慣れしいですね。
俺の方は別に構わねえけどよ。
やっぱりダメですね。
おいおい、
ちゃんと呼べるようになるまで少し練習させてください。
練習？どこで？ね、
ひろゆきさ
ん。なんだよそりゃ。
That's cute, okay. That's cute. Kotone, Mr. Hiroyuki, and me under one umbrella. The rain's not so bad after all. Thinking to myself. No. Kotone, Mr. Hiroyuki, and me. Watch Kotone's ending. What's the other one? Where the Heart Belongs. Watch the ending of 3 characters. Sure is funny that the characters showed off are Akari, Shiho, and fucking Masashi. Okay. None of the people that I've touched, essentially. I mean, I guess it kind of did. Like, a lot of Akari's route is just going to go down the fucking drain because, like, that's... I'm pretty sure I did, like, 50% of a route, probably, on the original playthrough before I decided to fucking hard pivot to Best Girl. But yeah, next up is Aoi. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you next time. Bye-bye.